So we have the Taiwanese index, which is higher in trade right now, but the Hang Seng is lower by 44 points.
18,778 is the number which needs to be crossed.
We understand from our sources is that there could be a very large block deal in Go Fashion today.
Indian refiners being very profitable right now, which compares to be higher than the benchmark GRMs as well.
TVS Credit Services has gotten a 480 crore funding equity infusion from Premji Investment. A pretty good start, 50 points in the green. The Sensex is up 150 points.
This year, there is also strong possibility of positive Indian Ocean dipole conditions.
But the frontline indice is quite flat right now.
And therefore, 4.35, 4.4 would be a damn good number. Anything lower than that, of course, will mean even better news.
0.4% higher on the mid-cap index, and that's outperforming the benchmark right now.
Well, that's the day so far, and we are getting into the last hour of a fresh new week. You're with us here on a new edition of Closing Bell. We are coming to you live from the CNBC TV 18 Motilal Oswal studios. I'm Prashant, with me, my colleagues Surabhi and Nigel. Guys, hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the studio. Good to have you here, Nigel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nigel makes a rare appearance once in a while in this
lucky
studio.
you'll
He's happy upstairs.
We've got Manglam, by the way. Let's not forget, Manglam's with us, joining us from the newsrooms. How's it looking there, Manglam?
Well, less noisy for sure, but not too bad. Not too bad. It's fun always.
All right, well, welcome, Mangalam. Let's just quickly take a look at what things are looking like. I mean, not very much to report on. It's quiet, very, very quiet. Quiet in the newsroom floor, quiet in the market as well. About 1/3% higher on the mid-cap index. Actually, mid-caps and small-caps is where there is a bit of noise once again. And those indices are doing pretty well. So Nifty mid-cap on your screen, and the small-cap index is doing even better. That's been essentially what we have seen for the last several days now. The Nifty is not doing very much. It's subdued, as I said, so 0.24, 0.3% kind of gains. Supports coming around the 18,500. We're about 100 points away from that level. And globally, there are more than a few things to watch. The big thing, if you had to pick one out of the 3 or 4 central bank meetings, it's of course going to be the FOMC. Tomorrow we get the CPI data in the US, and then Wednesday we get the Fed decision, which we react to on Thursday morning. So that's the lineup here. But in some ways, it's kind of continuation from last Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, we had some interruption, some pullback, small, minor, but we had some pullback. But mid-caps and small caps are taking off from last Wednesday and is looking more or less up and up there. Surabhi.
Taking off and how, Prashant? Really, I was just looking at some of these names. I mean, look at a stock like Delivery now. It's up 7, 8, I think 9%. In fact, it's now up 9.5% and counting. So the market's very clearly moved on away from looking at the headline indices, completely moved away from that. It's made its peace with it. You just look at individual stocks, and the moves have been pretty stunning today. Garden Reach is up about 8%. On Cochin Shipyard, obviously, there's news. They've got an order, about 300 crores worth of an order for a naval vessel. So that stock's been in the limelight ever since. But even if you sort of go beyond and look at some of the other names, these are some of the ones that I spotted earlier on. You've got CMS Infosystems. That stock has been up and about right from actually Friday. We told you what the management said. The block deal happened. We alerted you about that. And consistent buying after those blocks as well. 5% up today. A couple of the other names like Gokuldas, Indocount from the apparel, textile, export sector, they're up and about. But there's so many names in between. I guess, Nigel, the market is well and truly not now fixated on when that all-time high will happen. You make your money, and I guess over there are plenty of opportunities in mid-caps and small-caps.
Well, I think it's, the bulls have said, okay, we'll get there when we need to. But for the time being, let's enjoy the party that's going to the mid and the small-cap indices. So
instead of worrying about,
let the headline index wait for what the Fed has to do. We are not waiting for anyone.
Absolutely.
The mid-caps and small-caps are off to the races. But I'll tell you what, look at the options data, not really factoring in any kind of disappointment coming in from the Fed, which could be a bit of a risk. 18,600, 18,500 put. Just take a look at the open interest built up out there. Between both of them, there's a massive surge in open interest. In a single session, you're talking about 85 lakh shares getting added. So just keep an eye out on that front. That's telling you at least the positioning is such that we don't go and break the 20 DMA, which is at around 18,450 approximately. So let's see how this goes. But for the time being, this put writing is keeping the bulls in the game, and lower levels are likely to get defended and get bought into. The Nifty Bank, yet again, it's having a bit of an off day, down close to around 100 points. It's underperforming today. 43,700 is a crucial mark out there. In the last 10 sessions, it's been between 43,700 to around 44,500, 800-point range. And as of now, at least, there appears there's no plan to break that range. But Mangalam, what else are you tracking?
Well, in the mid-cap end of things, you know, Nigel, you guys pointed out a couple of stocks. I'm just looking at a theme in general. Anything that has anything to do with global markets is, you know, rallying. So this morning we had the management of Carousel tell us that all the big box retailers in the US have completely, you know, de-inventorized themselves. So now looking forward, they're looking to build their inventory, and that's reflective in the kind of moves that we're seeing in a lot of these, you know, textile exporters. Surabhi pointed out Gokaldas Exports as well as another company. But just keep an eye out on Himmat Singh Ka Seth as well. That's one which is surging. We have some exports coming in from the likes of Sheela Foam as well. So that's the other stock which is up around 9%. And a big move is what we're seeing in delivery and all the other new age companies. So this month so far, Nykaa is up 15%. We've had Zomato, which is up 15%. Delivery, on the other hand, was an underperformer. So that too is perhaps playing a bit of catch up. So now this week, that stock is up around 8.5%. So that may be a catch up to all the other new age companies which are finding some sort of favor, believing that maybe global interest rates are at peak, if not near peak itself. So that's a bunch of mid caps that I'm watching out for. But on the options itself, Nigel, you know, the 18,600 call has been extremely active as well. So those who are looking to write the 18,600 call and put together, they are hoping for a range of 18,450 to around 18,750. And these are for options that expire on Thursday. So up until then, we will also get a lot of global data coming in as well. So irrespective of what the Fed does, the option writers believe that the market's not breaking that range in the near term, at least.
Okay, well, you know, we'll see how this goes. So for now, things are looking pretty steady.